I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't replace. It's not in the case of anybody. That's why I spend my life.
Hi, hotties, kettles, tea stirs. You're here for hot tea. All commentary is alleged, and in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only. Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know if you guys got a chance to check out Charnitas World last night. It came on Nubian TV at 9 p.m. And I'm not going to lie, you guys. I fell asleep. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm not as young as I thought in the bones. I'm typically an all-nighter. I could stay up for days. I really don't even need much sleep. I can go off of 4 hours of sleep, but your girl had to, I was asleep last. But shouts out to Trending. You guys know if you are a part of her members only, then she streams Charnitas World. So y'all, if you want to stay in tune with Charnitas World, make sure you up at 9 p.m. or you can check it out on Trending's members only, or they'll have it on demand. But I want to give you guys my thoughts and opinions, so let's get into it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so you guys are up to date each and every time that I upload. Now, before I give my thoughts on Charnitas World, I actually want to give my thoughts on the Nubian app and how things are set up and how I believe they can make improvements to be better in the future. Now, granted, this is just my perspective as a viewer, somebody that is actually going to be on the app, operating the app, somebody that is going to actually be on the app watching and streaming. So I'm just going to give you guys my thoughts on how I feel like they can improve from a viewer standpoint. So the first thing that I want to get into is the fact that Charnitas World is a new show that is featured on the Nubian TV app. So why am I scrolling or having to scroll all the way at the bottom in order to get to the newest show that is currently on the app? Now, this is no shade to Nubian. I'm just letting you guys know from a viewer standpoint. If you guys have a new show released on the app that you want people to engage with, then you should probably put that show at the very top of the list of shows, seeing as though it is a newer show. The other shows, people are accustomed to those shows being on the platform, so they obviously wouldn't mind scrolling because they know that the show is on the app versus Charnitas World. They don't really know that this show is on the app, and people shouldn't have to scroll all the way to the bottom of the page in order to see that, because let's say we have our regulars that come on this app and they just scrolling to get to their regular shows. If you have the new show at the top, they will then be able to see, oh, okay, there's a new show. It's called Charnitas World. It come on at 9 p.m. Okay, cool. As they scroll to the show that they are accustomed to watching or the show that they are there to watch. Like I said, this is no shade to Nubian because I understand that this is a fairly new network. So, you know, they're doing the best that they can. But I just want to give my suggestions out there because, like I'm saying, I am new to the app. I'm new to trying to discover and figure things out. So these are just some of my observations. Also, another thing, the way that they do the flyers for the shows, I'm thinking that they can do something a little bit better for the flyers of these shows because it looked too newsy. And believe it or not, if you take some time to actually watch some of the content that is on the network, it's not that bad. It isn't as boring as the flyers make them out to be. Because if you look at the flyers just doesn't bring it. It just is. I'm not attracted to it when I look at the flyers. But like I said, just doing my research and actually watching some of the content is actually good content. So I would suggest let's try to do something more with the flyers as well to bring in more of the wow factor. And also, like I said in my previous live where we was discussing Charnitas World, now that we have this reality show, Charnitas World, let's try to add 3 or 4 more to kind of piggyback off of Charnitas World throughout the week. So if Charnitas World air on Friday at 9 p.m., them. We need 3 more reality shows to air on Wednesday and maybe a Thursday. I don't know. These are just my suggestions. Let's try to cover up the week with some shows or other shows that are kind of uniquely similar. And I've given you guys my suggestions, like a property preservation show, because I think that goes more along the lines of what Nubian Network is, while also adding a glimpse of reality in that. A cool, cute game show, maybe a quirky, weird show like Strange Addictions or something of the sort, or maybe even a show about couples in therapy or something. I don't know, but let's just add a little bit more onto it to keep the people on the app. Those are my only thoughts so far. Nubian is a young network and there is so much more room to grow, and I think that is what they're going to be geared toward. I'm excited for the future. So let's go ahead and get into Charnita's world. We did have to re-air episode 1, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I actually prefer that they re-aired episode 1 and just start the whole thing over, girl, because y'all done messed around and crashed the Nubian site, despite what the haters want to say. It was a lot of people waiting to see Charnita's world last week, and Nubian Network has never crashed, so it's no coincidence that they crashed the day that they were featuring Charnita's world at that time, because it wasn't just that day, it was at the specific time. So to me, that's no coincidence. So shout out to everybody that went back in the room to rearrange some things. And Charnita's world start off with her seeing her hairstylist to speak about her basically getting punched in her mouth or beat up. I don't really know too much about it yet, but they are going to elaborate on it. Apparently, she was out at a nightclub and there was a man that groped her. She told her husband about it, but before her husband could address the situation, they ended up bumping her again. And when she tried to say something to them about it, the man, wife, or lady friend or girlfriend, whoever, came up and directly hit her, and she was being held back, so she couldn't really defend herself. She is the type of person that doesn't like to get out of character because she does have lupus and she doesn't want to flare the lupus or make it worse. So I can understand why she tries to avoid conflict. And she was basically sitting down with her hairstylist, letting her know what was going on. And she also, in the midst of getting her hair done, was getting some IV treatment for her lupus because of everything that was going on. Now, I will say, Charnita's World is a fairly new show, so the production is probably small. The budget is a lot smaller, obviously, because again, it's a new show. Like I said in my live, it kind of reminds me of the beginning of Love and Marriage Huntsville, how fresh and new and authentic and real it seemed. Like I was explaining to Journey to Jasmine, it almost felt like I was at the hair salon with her and she was kind of just explaining the story. That's kind of the vibes that I'm getting. So the story does start off really interesting, and then it kind of ends up being a little bit slow, just so you guys can kind of know the character. The next scene, Charnita and her husband, they are going through her old neighborhood, and she is from East Birmingham, and I could be wrong, but that's what it said in the episode, if I'm not mistaken. And he was taking her through her old neighborhood, and they was just kind of going through memory lane or going down memory lane. And I use this scene as them just trying to allow us to get to know who they are, where they come from, their relationship dynamic, etc. Nothing too interesting popped off in this scene other than the fact of you get to know where she comes from. You get to see her and her husband interact, and he is seemingly a positive person. He seems to be the type of husband that uplifts her, that encourages her, that supports her in her endeavors. So we'll see more about their relationship, but so far he seems to be a very thorough, supportive, loving husband, and I like that. The next scene, she is now working out with her house manager, and she has a house manager. So I don't know if y'all know what a house manager is, but in my opinion, you got to have a little bit of money to have a house manager, and it don't matter where you stay. You need to be able to have a little bit of money to have a house manager, because you're paying somebody as an employee to manage the household requirements, as far as if you have maid service, organizing the maid service, if you have chefs or anything, organizing that, etc. So There's other things that house managers do, but I'm just giving you guys like a small synopsis of what I believe house managers do and what their job entails. So her house manager is basically getting Charnita to work out because Charnita's doctor told her she needs to work out because she has lupus. So you need to get in the field and, you know, stop standing in the bed being lazy. And I'm not saying Charnita be in the bed being lazy, but basically her doctor is encouraging her to keep her fitness and wellness and health up, which is an important thing. Just because you have an illness or diseases, etc., does not give you the grounds to kind of be lazy, because at the end of the day, when you work out, it still is more beneficial to you to keep your body and your bones moving and keep your muscles and the blood flowing, etc. Heart pumping. You want all the organs to be working, keep them functioning and flowing. So I totally understand why her doctor recommended that she still continuously work out and try to remain healthy. Her house manager let her know that they were going to, you know, take it light and then build upon that. So she's getting back into working out, and I thought that scene was cute. But again, all of these scenes are slow and for the build up, and I think they are kind of just allowing us to get to know who everyone is, and I like that aspect of it. So Charnita, her husband, and the kids are going to swimming lessons. She has her kids involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. I think that's a good thing as well. Her children are currently involved in swimming classes. They're learning to swim, etc. So this scene was cute as well because we haven't gotten to see much of her children. So this scene would be introducing her children. While Charnita is working out with her house manager, whose name is Morgan, her husband is with the children and their swimming instructor. He says that he's always wanted Charnita to work out with him, but Morgan is probably a better workout person. And Charnita does allude to him wanting to work out with her, or them working out together, and his workouts being a lot more intense. The last scene is Charnita's husband taking her out on a date. And I love this scene because her and her husband, they dating, they're dancing. Me and my husband, we are dancers. I loved this scene. I thought it was beautiful. And then they also give us a glimpse of what's to come on this reality show. And y'all, Charnita get arrested. So I don't know. It's juicy. It is, you know, a cute show. Is one of those shows to where the second season and the quality will be based on how many of us actually support this season. So I'm here for it. I want to know more about Charnita's world, her family, etc. I like that she's open and vulnerable because it's not easy doing that, because people can be so critical. Me, one of those people. And being on a reality show comes with a lot of criticism and a lot of people just in your business. And y'all know I be giving a lot of criticism. But with that being said, I enjoyed the show overall. I'm excited to see more to come. Charnita's World, it airs every Friday at 9 p.m. Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so you guys are up to date each and every time that I upload.
Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you